Hello, party people. And Carly Pool's in the freaking chat. Let's go. Making peach cobbler cheesecake today for my friend's birthday tomorrow. And then we're doing cacio e pepe. That's my dinner. Cacio e pepe. Say it with me now, class. Cacio e pepe. Oh, follow me. So, I'm also super professional. Got my hair up and everything so that I can present this good. We still got the cat up there though, so 'tis the life. Okie dokie. We got 9-inch springform pan. It's the ones that has the bottom that comes out. We're going to take some parchment paper, flip it over. Yes. Yeah. Poorly rip it. Muscle versus parchment paper. Yeah. I went to the gym today, and since I did not have, I got my other job this weekend, and I didn't have any trucks today or tomorrow. I decided to push myself, so I maxed out the squat machine at 400 pounds. So we're having fun. All right, got a nice little circle now. That goes in the bottom, makes the cheesecake come out a lot easier. I should say up front too, cheesecakes are my specialty when it comes to baking. I gotta trim this a little bit more. I like cheesecakes. I don't know why they're my specialty, especially since uh, sometimes I mess up on the basics like cookies and stuff like that. But cheesecakes, just for some reason, are what I do best. Into the bottom. Especially since they're all about temperature, cheesecakes. Hey, follow me. They're all about temperature. So we got room temp, cream cheese, room temp, sour cream, room temp, eggs. Because if you don't have room temp, especially cream cheese in a cheesecake, you're going to either make it where it doesn't mix properly, So you'll have tiny little granules of cream cheese, or um, you're gonna mix it too much, and then you'll introduce too much air into it, and then your cheesecake is gonna fall once once it comes out of the oven. Those are the two big things, especially if you don't have room temp cream cheese. And then if you try to put it in the microwave, it just screws up your temperature entirely for the cream cheese, because then the cream cheese taking on a whole different molecular structure, the food science of stuff. I love food science. It's so much fun. Okay, now to the recipe. We're using America's no Food Network. Food Network recipes, because some of them are pretty good. Let's two and a half graham crackers from starting off. I did honey because I feel like that would be pretty good with this peach cobbler. Scissors. I like just chucking this stuff into the food processor. If you don't have a food processor, then this part is a pain in the butt because then you have to take take this stuff, put it in like sandwich bags, and then like crush it up with a rolling pin or your hands. Pain in the butt. Yuki doki. I did like calls for two and a half. I did like two and three fourths, but the the extra stuff is just on top. So it's just extra topping for the peach cobbler side. Hey, get your butt over here. Clean counters. All right, we got the crumbs. Now I'm going to have to melt some butter. I need butter for anything else. Not melted. Okay, one and a fourth sticks. So 10 tablespoons. So a stick and 2 tablespoons. But it's too long for me. So my YouTube Premium has I had YouTube Premium for like a month and it was all right, but I didn't want to pay like 13 bucks just for ad free, which is funky. But now I'm getting ads, and one of the ads is a Kahlua X Dunkin' ad, and it's just it's one of those quick ones so that you can turn it off in like 5 seconds. But it's just a lady in a chair, and then like she spins around, and then some Spanish music plays, and then she holds up the Kahlua X Dunkin' bottle, and I wrote down the line exactly because I thought it was so. Yeah, she holds up the Dunkin' bottle and just goes, "Dreams do come true." And I feel like that's it's supposed to be a play on words of dreams do come true, but with today's day and age of funkiness, I want to start saying that just wide-eyed. Dreams do come true. Start saying that about random stuff too. I need fuck it. I'm just gonna will the microwave mess up my laptop? Question for Dad. Will the microwave mess up my laptop if it's perched on top? Can I just say screw it? I don't want to move you guys all around the kitchen while I do this stuff. That's a pain in the tuchus. Only if it gets too hot on top. It's only for butter, so it'll be fine. Heck yeah. All right, back to the crust. 3 tablespoons of sugar. I don't know where my tablespoons are right now, but I'm using half tablespoons. 2, 3. And my giant tub of sugar, as every baker should have, just for a little snack. Late at night snack. Hmm. Half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Butter is melted. 1/4 teaspoon salt and 1 tablespoon of flour. All right, let's go through this again. Half, half. Oh, come on. half a teaspoon ground cinnamon, kosher salt, almost there. Yeah, it's not even warm. We're fine. We're fine. Next thing you know, it just explodes. Ground cinnamon. Where is it? Cloves, allspice, thyme, tartar. I need kosher salt too. Kosher salt. Dill. Freaking dill hole. Alright. Half teaspoon ground cinnamon. That'll make the peach cobbler flavor come forth. Yum, yum, yum. And then we got that goes there. Fourth, kosher salt. Now, kosher salt is pretty fun too because when you're working with the different types of salt, iodized, kosher, Himalayan, this one's a coarse one, but the different types of salt are actually have different strengths of salt. So kosher salt, I believe, is less strong than iodized salt, I want to say. And then sea salt. Oh, frick, I got butter on my computer. That's fine. Sea salt is, I believe, a tad bit more. I think it has more minerals in it. It's the difference between sea salt and iodized salt. Well, other way around. Iodized salt has iodine in it, and that's supposed to get rid of goiter, like huge lumps in the neck from old times. So I think sea salt is the control, iodine with iodized salt, and then kosher salt is less salty. Is what the breakdown of all of this, all these ingredients are. Do do do. And moist for me. Okay, so the flour at the end of this is for the topping. And I want to do the topping, so this all goes in here. We get a spatula. And we mix it up. Moisten the crumbs. Gotcha. Baby. Gotcha. Baby. I am, yes. Where'd that bowl go? There it is. I'm going to reserve some of it for the top, and I mix it in with flour as well, so I'll get that out in a second. I think that's the only time I need flour, theoretically. There's a lot of ingredients that is going into this. but it's gonna be yummy numbers. Also, I don't think it's the microphone that sometimes cuts out when I at least when I'm editing stuff, it cuts out sometimes because when I go into my higher range, because I got a range, but I don't think it's my microphones that are messing up. I think I have to change audio settings and filters on OBS, and I've messed with a few of them, so hopefully it sounds a little better. I want it to sound so crisp and clear and concise, but it's not. Makes my big boner the little boner. All right. Says to do half. I'm gonna do 3/4 because excuse me, I put a few more cups of stuff. Now this is a grease pan with the parchment paper on it. Now we just go along the sides, making crust along the sides. Do I have to par bake this? I will see in a second. Par baking, for people who don't know, is when you bake the crust beforehand so it comes out crispier. Uh, some breads do it too. You par bake it and then fully bake it. Sometimes you can do it with pizza dough, make the dough crispier. And then once that par bakes, then you put the stuff on it instead of putting the stuff on beforehand. Oh, frick. I broke the handle a little bit on this, but you can make a more even crust with the bottom of a measuring cup like I'm doing. Just don't break the handle like I did. And then everything comes out even and beautiful. You can also measure the sides with it too when you're making the sides of the crust. That's all about the same. Being a perfectionist with this a little bit, but oh whale. I stretch. Okay. Crust. Beautiful. It's not the perfect along the edge, but it's all the same thickness. I refrigerate it. Ooh, the opposite of par baking it. Excuse me. It's flour. It's also in these giant things. Also for a snack later. How much flour do I need? 1 tablespoon. Now, some bakers, if you shake it off like that, instead of using a knife and scraping the top, it's supposed to condense it more if you shake it. That's why you're supposed to do the knife method. But also, who the fuck cares? I'm making it. I'm the one baking. All right. Now we have the topping and Colonel Sanders. This will go on top to make it more of a peach cobbler. Okay. So like I was saying earlier, room temp stuff, that's what we need. This has been sitting out since about 1:30 today, and it's 7 now. Sixteen ounces. Yeah, it's this guy. We got a whisk, but we can't whisk too long because otherwise it will start creating air, and we do not want air in the cheesecake. Slow speed. I need another spatula. being picked up? It is not. Hell yeah. You're not hearing the mixer. And when it's pretty smooth, it'll start sticking to the sides of the bowl. Once it says to switch to a paddle attachment, which is this guy, um, for the sugar. But I like to cream the cream cheese and the sugar all together, so it becomes a lot creamier. Well, not creamier, but so that it gets incorporated easier, I should say. And that way too, you can tell if you've mixed it enough too. If you see the little globules of cream cheese while you're mixing this stuff, that usually only happens if you're not using room temperature cream cheese. All right, nice and smooth. Don't mix it too long. We're done with that, and we go to a paddle attachment. We scrape the sides. I mix this up a little bit. And then you want it like a spread. And why we don't want the globules, the little tiny specks of cream cheese while you're doing this, too, is because when you bake it, those will appear while you're doing that. Oh, 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 I'm hitting buttons, hitting buttons. I would love if, okay, nice and smooth. Now, we go to the paddle attachment, and add in the rest of this junk. Hey, get over here. Add in eggs one at a time. Try not to put any shells in here. Nope. Okay. Mix in sour cream, lemon zest. I'm not doing lemon zest because I did not want to buy a lemon just for, I think it's like 3 teaspoons of lemon zest, which I think is a waste. I do have, however, some lemon juice that I'll put in here. Why not? We're adding sour cream. Sour cream is an acid, just like the cream cheese. Well, that's what most of a cheesecake is, just acids mixed together with some flavoring. Hmm, that's good. One teaspoon vanilla. Vanilla, especially the real stuff, is crazy expensive right now. I think it was like $8 for this tiny bottle. Tiny bottle. And then if you get the imitation stuff, it's beaver butthole. Because beavers release a gland that's similar to vanilla. So if you get anything that's imitation vanilla, that's what that's what it is. It's just the smell of it combined with alcohol, which is what vanilla extract is. Vanilla beans. Come here. Vanilla beans combined with a heavy alcohol. So you can make your own vanilla extract at home as well. It takes, I believe, a few months, but well worth it. And you can keep refilling it too. You just keep pouring in more of that same liquor. I believe this is it for this. Normally you have to do a few things in your mixing bowl, like different ingredients. But this one, it's just all separate bowls. Nobody takes the mixer again. There's a few lumps in here that I didn't quite work out, but eh, nice little batter. I missed.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
Mom did not understand this, but I feel like you will.
That's dumb. Well, of course she didn't understand it. It's not classified. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what not classified is.
But doesn't that make sense?
Yeah. I believe mom's in chat right now too.
She is. Can you look at chat right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's right behind me.
Oh, what do you think? It targeted on me. Sorry. Go back to Jay. I'll explain it in a second. I was about to call mom, but this might be easier to explain to her.
Oh, it's just dad.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'll call her and I'll explain it. You do your thing.
All right. It's set to smooth it out with a spatula, an offset spatula, one of the ones that go like this. But you can also just shake it a little bit. Perfectly flat. Now, it says to put this in a roasting pan, but there's a conundrum that a lot of people have, is that when you put that stuff in a roasting pan, it leaks through that springform pan and makes the bottom soggy. So how do you get around that? How you get around that is you put the cheesecake in the middle of the rack without the roasting pan, but you put the roasting pan underneath it in terms of the rack. And that way it still gets steamed, but it's not submerged in water. So, we're going to do that now, ladies and gents. Right in the middle. We'll let that heat up a second. Maybe. Okay. Oh, let's taste this before I. Taste it. Doesn't have a ton of lemon flavor. That is fine. I didn't add zest. But it still has a little bit. Has more of a vanilla flavor, which is good. That'll be good to pair with the peach cobbler. I mean, I think that's fine. Normally, when you're doing this method too, you want to put put it in there for a little bit so it starts steaming, and then put your cheesecake in there. But it's fine. I baked an awful lot without doing that entirely too. 50 minutes on the clock. In that time, we are going to make the topping and cacio. I don't believe I need food processor anymore. Um, let's read the directions. For the peach topping, while the cheesecake is baking, combine the peaches, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, lemon juice, and 3/4 cup water in a small saucepan. Bring to a boil over medium heat, then reduce to a simmer and cook, stirring until peaches are softened, about 5 minutes. Whisk the cornstarch and 1/4 cup together. Do. Sick. I'm using frozen peaches. The peach season just ended, which is a bummer, but peaches, brown sugar, cinnamon. So everything except cornstarch. This is for it will be saucepan. 1 thawed, frozen, a pound of peaches. Peaches. What's next? One-third cup. Come here. 1/3 cup brown sugar. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. I don't know what I did with that teaspoon from earlier for the vanilla extract. I don't know where I put the vanilla extract. That's in the sink. It's gonna stay in the sink. Brown sugar is also a fun ingredient. It's just regular sugar with molasses, meaning that it has more of a fat content now. Only 1/3? Yep. And when I say it has acid, it has fat content, it has this other stuff. Um, there's 4 ingredients that you need to make cakes. It's acid, fat, sugar, and flour, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Or any baked good is those 4 main ingredients. You can also get into the fun of of eggs. Sometimes I hate recipes. Tells me the juice of half a lemon. Well, how big is the fucking lemon? On screen too. How much juice is half a lemon? 1.5 to 2 tablespoons. We'll do 2 tablespoons. Don't need that. I might need you. Pinch of nutmeg. My grubby little hands in this nutmeg. Pinch. I want a little more. I like nutmeg. A little bit more than a pinch of nutmeg. Woo! Was maybe like a teaspoon of nutmeg now. One teaspoon of vanilla extract. Me and you. Whee! I like the smell of vanilla extract. The taste, not so much. Have a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Cinnamon is bark, a type of bark, a cinnamon tree. You use that bark, you ground it up. That's what you get. Two tablespoons of lemon juice. Oh yeah, speaking about ads earlier too. Um, there's a local ad for Intermountain Health, which is a hospital. Um, and like great work that what they do and all that stuff. But whenever this ad comes on, it's an ad for Parkinson's, a man with Parkinson's. The only problem is that it doesn't have a banner for for anything at the moment, like when it first starts, and so you don't know what's going on, but you just see a guy and he's cut kind of like this, like my hands are below the frame, and he's just doing this. And I just see that like pop up on my screen, and I was like, "Oh, what?" What ad am I getting? And then like 2 seconds later, he's like, they don't even introduce him as like, oh, this is a man with Parkinson's. They like speak with him first, and then they're like, oh, you have Parkinson's. But that's just crazy to open up an ad with that. Not warn anybody. 3/4 cup. Oh, water. Don't yell at me. She likes to yell at me. It's very rude. Half a cup. 3/4. There's also in the baking world the reason between ounces and cups. Cups are a measure of volume, and then ounces are usually by weight, but you also have fluid ounces, which are a different thing. 8 fluid ounces is 1 cup, but a weighted ounce is different than 8 weighted ounces is different than 1 cup. So if you're ever trying to transpose from something and you don't, and your recipe's not turning out, that might be the reason why. Bring to a boil over medium heat, then reduce to a simmer. Your stuff isn't coming out right because you're not measuring properly. And then, oh, cornstarch is also a thickening agent. You want to add either warm cornstarch to something cold or cold cornstarch to something warm. And that's how you thicken something up. That way you don't get any lumpies too while you're adding cornstarch. 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 2 tablespoons cubes unsalted butter. Why do I need the butter? Oh, it's at the end. Cool it down. I see. I forgot the measurement for cornstarch though. Uh, 1 tablespoon. Then we mix it 1/4 cup of water. Smells yummy. Smells like an apple pie because the peaches juices haven't started coming out yet. One-fourth cup water. In with the cornstarch. You do that beforehand too, so that the cornstarch isn't lumpy. Then you take a tiny whisk, and make some oobleck. So that's what's fun about adding the cold cornstarch to warm liquids is because you're basically making oobleck inside of your sauces. It's very minuscule amount though, but if you were to increase it, you could do the same thing of slapping it and then your hand would sink. 2 tablespoons. Let's cube butter. I think that's all I need for butter for now. Until the Casio pepe. It's become a little room temp. That's done. That's done. Everything is good. We're waiting for these to warm up. It says to bring to a boil over medium heat. That's gonna take a second. Let's do a little bit higher than medium heat. All right. Also, the Casio Pepe uh, recipes from Food Network as well. It says to do thin spaghetti, but my local city market was out of that, so I'm doing angel hair, and also this is a higher amount than what it's calling for. It's calling for 12 ounces, and I am doing 16, which is 4 ounces, which is not that much of a difference. Sometimes Casio Pepe uses egg yolks, which is pretty good, but this one does not. We're gonna roll with it though. Hello, Stephanie. We're baking and cooking today. We got cheesecake in the oven right now. It's gonna become peach cobbler cheesecake, and then we're about to start on some cacio e pepe, which is an Italian dish. Yeah, 5.5 cups of water. I have to put Thank you. It'll be tasty. Like I was saying, cacio e pepe. I don't really use Discord. Cacio e pepe usually uses egg yolks, but this one is using olive oil. It's really about creating an emulsion with the pasta, water, some Parmesan, Reggiano, and the olive oil or egg yolks, whichever one you want to do. I don't really use Discord, so I don't really add anybody. Put the spaghetti, olive oil, 1 teaspoon salt, and 5.5 cups of water together in a high-sided medium skillet. Skillet? Okay. Okay. This is not the skillet I'm using, it's for something else. This is supposed to simmer for 5 minutes. It's been going probably a minute right now. Hey, hello. That smells good. Peaches, cinnamon, nutmeg, delicioso. Now it calls for thin spaghetti, ripped in half. The Italians are going to be mad, but they're not here to yell at me. I'm an American. This looks like a horrible idea, what I'm doing right now. But we're gonna stick with it. All right. Boom. Kind of ripped in half. Not super whirly, but we roll with it. All right. Olive oil, 1 teaspoon salt, and 5.5 cups of water. I'm gonna need some more tablespoons. I'm using up too many of them. Two tablespoons olive oil. 1 teaspoon salt, and 5.5 cups of water. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, half. All right. Whisk it up a little bit so that the cornstarch isn't on the bottom. Pour this in, mix it around, and it'll become a nice little sauce. One to 2 minutes. Bring to a boil over medium-high heat. Continue to cook, stirring the spaghetti frequently to keep it from clumping, till it is al dente, about 8 minutes. Probably like 5 minutes, because it's angel hair. Gradually sprinkle in the pecorino and stir until completely melted. Then add the butter. Sprinkle in the Parmesan, pepper, and half teaspoon salt, and stir until melted and smooth. The cheese will clump at first, but will melt into the sauce and thicken up. I might. That's fine. It's supposed to be nice and glossy. Medium-high heat. And also, cacio pepe usually uses come on, follow me. Usually uses, I forget what the meat is called. It's an Italian meat, but people substituted a lot of bacon, and that's what I'm gonna use. I'm going to chop up some bacon. That looks good. We add in the cubed butter. Stir until those are melted. And that's the peach topping. Oh, come here, you. Got the peach topping. Yummy. We got 19 minutes on the cheesecake. Once that 19 minutes is up, I'm going to put that peach topping and some of that crust topping on top. Here I have some thick cut baked bacon, Southwest style. What that means, I have no idea. Maple syrup, brown sugar, salt, spices. Smells pretty good. I feel like it'll be pretty good in my din din. You want these rather tiny, or not tiny, but tiny strips. A tiny julienne, if you will. I'm going to set that temp a little bit higher to 4. We're going to go up to 6.5. Because you want them, especially with thick cut, you want them crispy, but the insides are still soft. I didn't add any kosher salt. Kosher salt added. We mix it up a little bit. I need to get going a little bit on this stuff because I also have to shred some pecorino romano. I'm just going to cook all this stuff, all this bacon. It's a lot of bacon. I don't know if I'm going to use it all for this recipe, but it's all cooked and ready if I need it for another recipe. Right, that's bubbling up a little bit behind me. Angel hair is very easy to overcook, and I probably will do that while I'm cooking it. Still a little underdone, but now I need to add the bacon. Let's do that. We'll pass some out, and then we'll cook the other half in a second. This is probably done. Basically al dente. Dente means a tiny bite, I believe. Almost done. Mm, That turns off. Mm. Sprinkle in the parmesan, pepper, stir in lemon juice, gradually sprinkle in parmesan, stir until completely melted. You got the good parmesan too. I need my lemon juice as well. 2 teaspoons lemon juice. It's looking good. I gotta act quickly on my pasta because I don't want the heat to go away. That's what cooks the cheese. Cacio e pepe is basically a cheese, a Parmesan sauce. Calls for half a cup of Parmesan. $7 on the cheesecake. And then we just twist. Let's twist. Get over here. See me do the twist. I might add a little bit of this bacon grease into it because it's not the best cheese sauce. It also says some for garnishing, but who cares about garnishing when you can put more cheese in the sauce? I can garnish with that bacon. This is nice and crispy. We're not going to pour any of the bacon grease in. We're just going to have the bacon grease that's on the bacon while I scoop it and put it in to the sauce. Then we pour out this fat. We don't need this much fat. Never have too much cheese. Exactly. Ah! I pour out the bacon grease into the trash, and it splashed back onto my foot. A lot of people have different ideas with bacon grease too. You can some people like put it down the toilet like as it's running, which is I guess an okay method. I just worry about the pipes, so I just put it in the trash. And usually, if there's stuff on top of um, on in the trash can, it doesn't melt the trash bag. Since this stuff is so hot, it might. That's a problem for future me to deal with. All right, last bit is black pepper. It's supposed to be freshly ground black pepper, but I find the black pepper, yeah, whatever, the grinder is annoying. So I just use pre-ground. We mix and mix, and the more cheese. My foot. It's, it's a good thing I'm wearing socks too. Trying not to get the rind in here. You can also use the rind for stock. Put it into a stock pot. Have some fun with it. I'm gonna check on my foot really quick because that hurt. Ooh, cheesecake. It wants me to do it like this. Come here, you. It wants me to barely open it, but that is a bit of a pain. All right, now what do we do? Quickly before this starts sinking. Spoon the filling over the top of the cheesecake, then top with a reserved crumble. 25 to 30 minutes. And not a spoon to be had. I think I might have screwed up the cheesecake a little bit because I didn't. But who cares? I think I was supposed to keep it in the middle as well. Oh well. All right. Where can you go, mister? 25 to 30 minutes more. And then we check it. Here's the bacon. We can make this a little spicy because of the Southwest style. It's salty enough because of the Parmesan. It might need some more black pepper though, and maybe some more lemon juice. This bacon is done. Stretch, please. Same thing. Don't add any of the grease directly. Just scoop it up with the spatula when you take the bacon out. I'm going to add some more black pepper. There's probably some Italians that might watch this that are upset with me. That's okay. If you want me to make the food better, fly me out. Show me how. If you can't, then this is how I make it. I don't know where I put my fork. There it is. It's good, but I don't think it's creamy enough. So, since I know cacio e pepe usually uses egg yolks, I might add an egg yolk in there. For shits and gigs. Tossing it between two eggshells is okay to get the egg yolk, but if you have a water bottle, I find that's easiest. Then you can just crack open the egg, take the water bottle, squish it, and then suck up the egg yolk with the water bottle. Let's do one more. I don't think that's enough. Not enough for this guy. Not enough yolk for this guy. Or maybe two more. Let's do two more. And the reason why you can use raw eggs is because the temperature that you take this stuff off, I might be doing this a little bit late. It's supposed to cook the egg yolks. I broke that yolk, but also fun fact, the reason that people get sick from eating cooked dough uh usually isn't from the raw eggs in it, because the raw eggs it's pretty minuscule for salmonella. You get that more from uncooked chicken, but it's from uncooked flour, which contains a lot of germs and stuff like that, and yeast. That's how bread rises, that germs. So don't eat uncooked flour, is the moral of the story. It isn't super stirred, but screw it. I keep misplacing my fork. There it is. Looks like you have more than enough to share with the class. I do, yeah. That's what it needed. That yolk also brings in a pretty strong um what's the word? It's like a full body taste. That's what I'm trying to get. Anyways, but egg yolks egg yolks bring a rich taste to it. I gotta do dishes. Good thing that it's not panning down. This place is a mess. cacio e pepe. Made my way. Mm-hmm. Got 11 minutes left on my cheesecake. So let's box up my noodles. My dad also probably would not like this, but I like reheated noodles. They make for a simple food. Don't look at me make a mess.
Who gives a shit?
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, please. Can you do a chat?
It doesn't. No, I read it.
Oh, does the little thingy on your chest, is that what, like, tells it to track you?
No, that's a microphone.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Nice and big pile of food from my lunches. My meal prep is just making a ton of dinner. So I just make the same meal and then I have the same meal the rest of the lunches. Especially since I've been working out so much. Maxing out squat machines. I feel like this would be a lot better with how does it taste? It tastes really good. It's really creamy with those egg yolks. Um, I might have added too much pepper, but it just makes it stronger. I kind of like that, but some people might not like that. It's got. I could have probably made the bacon a little bit crispier. And that Southwest stuff. uh, That's probably where the spiciness comes from. That Southwest, not all the pepper I added. Southwest bacon. We let these cool. We clean up, and then that'll probably be the cheesecake. Clean up, clean up. Everybody do your share. Clean up, clean up. That's all I remember. I don't think I ever added butter. That's probably why it wasn't creamy enough. I didn't never added butter. Everybody, everywhere, yeah. Everything is covered in cheese. It's making it feel all grimy. And my foot still hurts. Get over here. Okay, that's it for cleanup. Put this sugar away. My little snack for later. 4 minutes on the cheesecake. You guys want to see a cool little magic trick? This cup. Can you see it? It's pretty full. It's about right here. It's gone. Empty. Ta-da! I don't know how I have this like strange ability to just chug things so fast. It's pretty fun though. And then we got this Sunday, I believe at about 4:30, a scary game, Dread Flats. Um, That'll probably end off our Halloween month, but I can always do costumes because I think costumes are silly, goofy times. My foot hurts. Oh, I got a blister on it. Whoops. That explains why it hurts so much. There's a blister now. I'll do dishes later. But yeah, that'll end off our. I'll also reveal my actual Halloween costume. I'm wearing that during a local event called Spooktacular, where we close off the main streets and give out the store owners give out candy to the kids. That'll be pretty fun. And then I have my friend's birthday after that. Birthday party. I'm stealing her birthday. But her birthday party, that's why this cheesecake. And then Sunday will be that stream. And then I'm getting out of my comfort zone, so I have a local photographer friend who wanted to do male boudoir, and I was like, why not? So I'm gonna be doing boudoir on Monday. Yeah, show off my sick pythons, and you guys won't know which pythons I'm talking about. Cheesecake's ready. Ah, my glasses. I think this is done. Da-da-la. We're gonna leave that roasting pan, that steaming pan in there, because I don't want to deal with it right now. But cheesecake is out. I'll decorate it with some, or I'll just bring whipped cream and have them decorate it themselves. We got our cacio pepe, and yeah, our little cookie baking stream, and the events that are coming up. So I think I'm gonna end stream there because I still gotta wait for that to cool. I'll run a knife along the end, uh, and then put it into my fridge, and it'll cool overnight. Yeah, that was my little cooking stream, cooking baking stream.